right, so let's continue this fully funded scholarship. So today we have an undergraduate scholarship opportunity at the John Hopkins University in the United States. So this particular one is for undergraduate scholarship, and it's a merit-based scholarship that provides full tuition 4 years for a duration of 4 years to students that are actually pursuing an engineering degree. Now, it's open for all areas of engineering with that that are interested, and up to two scholarship are available for entering students each year. That means students can actually choose from any of the two scholarship to apply to every year. Now, for you to be eligible for this scholarship, you must have one of the following. We must have all of the following. Number one, it must be that you are applying as a first year student or first year applicant. Then two, you must indicate an interest. You must indicate an interest in majoring in engineering. You must present an outstanding high school record and achievements in other areas, including leadership, success in science fairs, as well as evidence of independent research. Understand? So all of these are what's going to make you eligible for this particular scholarship. So the Westgate Scholarship may be renewed annually for a total of 4 years of undergraduate study based on continued enrollment in the Whitening School of Engineering, and maintaining a CGPA of 3.0 or higher. So this is what you actually need for you to actually get this particular scholarship. You need to be able to maintain a CGPA of 3.0 for that particular duration of 4 years that you'll be studying at the University of Whitney School of Engineering at the John Hopkins University. So there's no much, you are not applying, there's no separate application for this particular scholarship, meaning that if you apply to the University of John Hopkins and you are eligible, you meet the eligibility requirement, you can choose from either of the two scholarship, and if you meet the eligibility criteria, you will be considered for the scholarship. So that's just all you need to know. So you just need to go and put all of the fairs that you did during your high school days. You just need to go and put all of them, the science fairs or science exhibitions that you actually attended. Just go and be putting them in place at the moment if you are intended in applying to Hopkins University in the United States. Then let's continue. There's no particular deadline for this particular scholarship, so that means admission, as long as admission is ongoing, this scholarship will still be on. That's what it actually means. That's what this actually means. All right, so let's look at another scholarship opportunity. Okay, so this particular one is in the United Kingdom, and this is the Association of Commonwealth Universities actually offering this particular scholarship. And this particular one, the deadline for application is 31st of July 2025. So to be eligible for this particular scholarship, what you need to know is as follows. Now, this scholarship is a postgraduate scholarship, and it's specifically for PhD. And he said the Routledge Roundtable Commonwealth PhD studentship provides support for research projects on Commonwealth related themes in humanitarian and social sciences. Proposed research must meet at least one of the following criteria. So if you're a PhD student or PhD intending scholar who intends to apply for this particular scholarship, your your research uh, your research interests must align with any of these three that are actually listed below. Number one is relate to the organization that must relate to Commonwealth as a whole, or any Commonwealth wide university or institution or organization. So your research must be related to it. So that's criteria number one, or one of the criteria. Then number two, you must have a Commonwealth comparative aspect. So what you are pursuing should be related to Commonwealth related projects. That's number two. Possibility of you getting being accepted for this particular scholarship in your PhD. Then number three is it must be relevant to more than one Commonwealth country. So that means your research must be research that can be adopted by at least two Commonwealth countries. So that's the only way it can be actually what it can be accepted by. That's the only way you will be accepted for this particular PhD scholarship. Now, it says successful applicants will be required to submit an article between 4,000 to 6,000 words based on their research for consideration for publication in the Roundtable Journal. They will also be required to make a podcast on their research for publication on the journal's website. So there is another thing that you must actually want to put into consideration. They are required to write an article which is between 4,000 to 6,000 words. They already believe that for you to be a PhD applicant or an intending PhD student, that means you must be grossed in research. So this is the reason why they are looking at you putting 4,000 or 6,000 words article in order to send to them for publication. Now you also get up to 5,000. He said the mentor will be expected to contribute to either the podcast or the article that the student is expected to produce at the end of the studentship, which will be paid an honorarium of 500 British pound payable at the end of the studentship. Mentors must read and abide by the mentor code of conduct and what guidelines. Okay, so let's really see what students actually what benefit from this particular scholarship. Now, each student or each student recipient of this particular scholarship gets up to 5,500 pounds of British pound from this scholarship. One for PhD students registered in UK universities, and another is for PhD students registered at an ACU member university in Commonwealth countries that are not in the United Kingdom. So that's what uh, students who will be accepted for this particular scholarship is what they will stand to gain. Now, let's see who can apply or eligibility criteria. Now, who can apply is not actually related to one discipline. However, the following disciplines are listed: those in politics, international relations, economics, international history, geography, law, development studies, as well as area studies. They are all welcome. However, students who are in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics will not be accepted unless the research proposal clearly addresses a policy related theme. So if you are in STEM, and your research proposal has a way to link between science, technology, engineering, or mathematics to maybe either economics, it has a way and it linked to international history, it has a way and it's linking to law, or it addresses any of these policy team that are listed above, then your proposal might be considered. You understand? Now let's see how to apply. To apply, you need to visit the application guidance page. Then you download the application form, you complete the form, and you send the completed form and your current CV to the secretary of the Commonwealth Roundtable at to this email, secretary@commonwealthroundtable.co.uk. So that's just a simple way of applying for this particular scholarship. No other thing actually what needed for it. So I wish you the best. If you are a PhD applicant, do well to send your application as early as possible for you to be considered early. So like this video and subscribe this channel. This Moses, this fully funded scholarship, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.